Mr Assistant Speaker, as has been noted by Minister Vassarotti, the theme for this year's World Wildlife Day is Partnerships for Wildlife Conservation. As a member for Murrumbidgee, I'd like to reflect upon the efforts of ACT conservation groups in preserving our wildlife diversity through our nature reserves and note the need for ongoing conservation efforts in the ACT. As many of you know, I had the pleasure of participating in the Conservation Council's Bushbud program, where I adopted the small ant blue butterfly. This tiny butterfly can only be found in a few known locations both within the ACT, including within my electorate of Murrumbidgee, and nationally. And I'd just like to mention that unlike many bird and butterfly species, the female small ant blue butterfly is more colourful than the male. I was incredibly saddened to learn, though, that due to numerous human activities associated with expanding urbanisation, the small ant blue butterfly population is in steep decline. The ongoing clearing of their natural habitat, extensive grazing on the southeast coast, and the increasing threat of extreme heat and fire events have put acute pressure on their already struggling populations. Thanks to the dedicated efforts of citizen scientists, in 2019 we were fortunate enough to locate several breeding colonies of small ant blue butterflies within our nature reserves. This was a crucial achievement in ongoing conservation efforts. One of the things I love about this butterfly is its symbiotic relationship with the coconut ant. The female butterfly is attracted to a scent produced by the coconut ant. They actually smell like coconut oil. The ants look after the butterfly eggs and are a food source for the larvae, and then the caterpillars produce food for the ants. All things are interconnected. If we want to save the butterfly, we must also save the ant, and if we want to save the coconut ant, we must protect its habitat of eucalypt and acacia woodland and open grasslands, including fallen wood where coconut ants might build their nests. This is how biodiversity works. Species of plants and animals and insects are all interconnected. Lose one and we could lose many more, but protect one and we could protect many others that are dependent on it. It's so important that we continue to ensure that there's a future for the small ant blue butterfly and other native flora and fauna species, some of which can only be found here in the bush capital. I commend the work of my fellow Greens colleague, Minister for Environment, Rebecca Vassarotti, in committing to protecting the trees, grasslands and waterways which our unique and diverse wildlife call home. I've deeply appreciated the opportunity offered by the Conservation Council to participate in the Bushbuds Woodland Walk and learn more about the small ant blue butterfly, and I strongly encourage all of my colleagues here at the Assembly to join in on this effort. I'm also extremely grateful for and wish to recognise the ongoing work of conservation groups in protecting our biodiversity and habitat across the ACT. In particular, the Southern ACT Catchment Group, Landcare ACT, and the many small neighbourhood groups getting the work done to look after our nature reserves and green strips, including Friends of Hughes Grassy Woodland, who look after red gum yellow box habitat for gangangs, and the Friends of Hughes and Garran Woodland. I admire the passion, dedication and knowledge that they bring to their efforts, and I am very much in support of this motion today.